Okay, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. We're going to do the two-part on these snippet rolls that we made last week. So I have gathered a few things, and I went through first because I like to put stamps on these. So I went through my little stamp drawer and just pulled the colors that matched each one of these. So these are kind of like oranges, reds, yellows. These are more like pinks and greens. Then I grabbed a couple of random die cuts. So I have a couple orange ones, I have some green ones, I have some yellow. So maybe we'll do like that. Just random stuff because it'll make it look interesting. And then we'll kind of go from there. And I am going to take them to the sewing machine as I go along doing this. But first, I'm going to kind of lay out a little bit how I want them to look so that we kind of get a start. So some of the bigger gaps, like here, I know they can take a larger piece. So let's go ahead. Let's put a green over here and maybe here because that's interesting. Oh, like let's do, will this K fit somewhere? Actually, let's do the K over here. I like that. It's kind of peachy orange, and then we'll put the green down there. It's off camera, but you know it's there. Okay. So let's do the same thing. So kind of a little bit of, when you have a few of these, you can kind of do like an assembly line kind of style, which can make it fun. Okay, that looks good there. And then this L down there. Now we're going to add the stamps, and I pulled, they're all various types. You can use whatever you got. You don't have to use stamps. You could use scraps of paper. You could use some other embellishments, whatever you got. Okay. So these are kind of interesting ones. And remember, this one I kind of based off of these colors because I liked this vintage piece of material here. And then I kind of went with that for the color scheme. And then this is just oranges, reds, yellows, kind of a thing. So that's for those. So I'm going to start just kind of finding some little spots that I think these will look kind of interesting. And it'll kind of break up some of the hard lines. We're going to add, it's going to add layers. This one might be a little big. And give it some more interest. And they don't have to be in the center. We can kind of put them wherever they kind of fit with the feel of everything. I really like this one with the pink and yellow, and it's got like a little cactus on it. And we can overlap some here, and that's really pink. Let's do more of a green right here. Do a green, kind of like that. Let's do this friend. I'm going to put this down by the C down there. Let's move this one. And then I have this last leaf, and I'm kind of looking to see, because I do want them to kind of overlap a little bit and break up some of the colors, adding more texture, things like that. So I'm going to do the same thing now with these, and some of them have this like plastic covering on them. I'm on the fence on whether I want to take it off or not. I think I'm going to take it off. And yes, these are really old stamps, but they were just in a box, just hanging out. So now they're going to have a fun life and add something, some character to something else. So, and yes, I know they're very, very old. They're not of any worth. I have looked because I was curious. So don't freak out. Don't freak out. Here's another one. This one's got a little 5 on it. I really like the vintage ones on here. They look really cool. So that is cool. I like that. I have this really, really big one, and I don't know. It's so pretty, but I don't know if it fits. It does kind of fit. I'm going to put it down there. Okay, so now we have this other little, this is a New Zealand stamp. I don't know. I like this long one. Will you fit anywhere, friend? I don't know if it fits. This one has some paper backing on it. I'm going to tear some of it off. I'm on the fence on this one because it's got a lot of white on it. It's okay though. Oh, I had some, save that little foily bit. So we get more of like just the stamp. I could soak it. I'm not going to. There. All right, so this little fun train we'll put over here. This is a cool one. I like this friend. Let's put you over here. Maybe angled like that. And we'll kind of change the angles around. Swippy swappies. Let's see what else we got. Maybe down here in the end. Yes, that looks good down there. I've got more of this like fun orange color one. Let's put you here. That's a nice spot. One left. Let's do you here, and we're gonna spread. We're gonna move this one a little, I think. Let's put it right like that, okay? I kind of like how it's going. I'm gonna stagger them a little bit so they're not all on the center. I might even adjust them slightly as I take them to the sewing machine. Probably stick them down first. It might be easier. Yeah, I think that is good for those. So we had a few that we decided not to use, which is totally fine. Now, I have these other little embellishments, these little die cuts that I have cut out, and I don't know if I want to use them. They're gold and silver. Sometimes these really look nice. The silver ones I like to use on the black and white snippet rolls that I make, so we'll maybe save those for another day. But then I want a little bit more. I want something else. So we're going to have stitching through it. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to stick these down really quickly, just to have them tacked, so they don't move. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just putting a little tiny bit. It's just to hold them in place until they get to the sewing machine. So that's what I'm going to do next. So hang tight. All right, so that step is done. Now I'm going to take these to the sewing machine. Unfortunately, I don't have it set up so that I can record over there easily yet, but that'll be something I do in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take either a straight stitch or a zigzag stitch and kind of go all the way along. Maybe I'll do that twice on each one, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay. 2 rows of stitching, just straight stitching on here. So would I like to have say that this went well? Yeah, but it didn't. So let's talk about the problems. First of all, it looks okay. I don't hate how we're looking. I'll hold them up for a second here. I just had white thread in my machine. So I'm trimming a few threads. I ended up switching my needle because we were having some, so I had a combination of issues, and those being, one, there was something going on with my machine, my sewing machine, that I was not aware of. So I actually did the orange one first. So as you, here, I'll show you the front so you can actually see it. It doesn't look absolutely terrible. Hopefully you can see that. So the stitching, it jumped and weaved a little bit. You can see spots where I had to go back because my thread broke and I didn't realize it at first. Now here's the back. Okay, so I had probably a tension issue, hard to say. We had lots of things happening here that were just not great, and I needed to figure out why. So first off, I have not used this specific tape in my sewing machine before. It is very sticky. So be prepared for that if you are using any sort of tape through your machine. Now, I run all kinds of stuff through my machine, tapes, adhesive, things like that, and I generally do not have issues. However, today apparently is the day of issues. So here's what I did. Problem solved that a little bit. I got some alcohol out, wiped on my needle. It had some goobies on it, and maybe it was just from the glue stick not being completely dry yet, but I don't think so. I don't think that was really the case. So just to let you know, if you want a good adhesive tape, this is it. So this is the tape I'm using. This is a Scotch. It's made by Scotch, 3M. And it's just a brown paper packaging tape that says it's recyclable. Don't know how true that is, but regardless, I thought, hey, this would work great because it would be easy to glue onto things. Now you can see the real fun issue that was happening here with different things. I ran out of bobbin thread. I realized that there was a catch on my spool, so my spool wasn't going around as evenly as it should. So that was causing issues. So it was like a combination of a whole bunch of different things that caused issues. Did I get there in the end? Yes. Am I still going to sew another row on here? Yes, I am, because I'm stubborn and I want it. However, I did find a way to make the needle go through without getting super sticky. Once I got it all cleaned off, I also switched to a different needle that I thought might be sharper. So I used a jeans needle in my machine and I wiped it with a little bit of oil. So I wiped down the needle itself with a little bit of oil, hoping that would help. And it seemed to have done a much better thing. Switched where the spool was. I changed like the direction of the spool. I filled my bobbin. I checked my setting. It went through paper fine. So you can see this line here, we finally evened out. We got things sorted a little bit. So is it going to be wonky and wobbly? Yeah. Is it still going to hold stuff? Yeah. And plus, you know, it's got a bunch of layers on here. So there you go. Some tips for you so you can either struggle or not struggle through some stuff. So next, I want to put some stickers or something on here. And yeah, I'm still going to run it through the machine one more time because I like 3 strips of stuff. So this is my bin of rando stickers. I just throw random stickers in here when they show up in my house. I was thinking some hearts, but now I'm not completely sure on that. But I kind of like the orange ones. So I feel like I'm just going to do some orange hearts on this one, here and there, in various places. Maybe some yellow ones and red ones too. I kind of want to put them on some places where my next line of stitching is going to catch them too. Because while they're stickers, they might not stick to the fabric great. So basically use whatever you want on your snippets. Have fun with them. Do fun things. Use what you have. I have some more orange ones in here, so I might as well use those up. Not sure where these stickers came from, but that's fine. I'm going to put this little friend here. They don't stand out a lot, but I think they give it a little bit of something fun. So that went on there. Now let's find something different to put on the yellow. Maybe I'll add some more embellishments on there. I don't know. Let's see what we have in here. Sometimes I like bigger stickers. Sometimes I like smaller stickers. Maybe we'll use some of these fun, I don't know what we're yelled on. Maybe some of these flowers. Do we have some flowers that look nice? Let's try some of those. Some of those maybe. There's some other flowers on there too. Got some other bright things. Some of these silver ones. I don't know, friends. Sparkly ones, seals. I don't know. Okay, we're just gonna go with it. All right, so let's see what we have. These are from Easter seals. Do I want to cut off the Easter seal part or not? Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I won't use these then. Why don't I use the ones I decorated? These guys. Let's do it. Let's use these fun friends on here, and I'm not going to worry about the color. I'm just going to find spots that I think they look good. Yes, these will look pretty because they kind of have some different colors and textures. So probably should have cut some of my threads, but it's fine. All kinds of fun texture. So I'm gonna just kind of layer some more of these here and there all along. And then we'll give it one more row of stitches, and hopefully we will have great success. And if not, we learned something. Oh, what a challenge. I love it though. It's fine. Everything's fine. You know what? I'm gonna put a couple of these on here too, because why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Because I have them and they're kind of fun. And why flippin' not? One more. See, I'm using up stuff, friends. Using up stuff. You can just do whatever you want. Okay, don't put it this side. Let's put it on this side. So some other fun pops of color. Okay. All right. I'm going to go fight with the sewing machine. Oh, wait, you know what? Let's put some hearts on this one too, just for funsies. Should we put green hearts? Let's do it. Let's put a few green hearts on here just for fun. And we will stitch them down, hopefully. Oh. Catch them with the machine. I'm going to do a zigzag this time. I think. We'll see. I'm really hoping it's going to work out well. But we shall see. We shall see. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. One more here-ish. And then I feel like one more here. Okay. Now you could add like, stitch some buttons on by hand, or you could use the machine if you wanted to. Snippet rolls are, they're kind of just whatever you want to do. And as you can see, we've had some challenges today, so I'm going to go ahead and try this one more time. A contrasting thread looks really nice too. I should see if I have one of my old snippet rolls left. I had a bunch of them, but I sold a lot of them, so that's why I'm making some new ones. But these are interesting challenges today. All right, so I'm gonna get this friend on the sewing machine and hopefully wish me luck. All right, we're done. So that worked really well. So here's the back zigzag, as you can see, not bad. So here's what it looks like across the front. So now we have a super fun little embellishment that we could add to part of a journal, just about anything. You could put these on the cover, you could put these on the edge of your pages, you can make them into pockets. Maybe in one of our next videos, I will take some time and show you what you can do with them. And then maybe we'll talk about other types of snippet rolls that you can make too. For example, now that I'm here, this is a huge snippet roll that I just sat and made with scraps. And it's super fun to make these. And I just set up my sewing machine. And it's a big, huge scrap busting pile of fun. That's all on paper strips. So these are all scraps from the scrap bin. Little things, and then I'll have some stamps handy so I can grab through and throw those in. So if you guys would like to see me make one of these scrappy snippet rolls, or use some snippet rolls in some projects, leave me a comment and we'll see what we can do. All right. But for now, because I'm done with these friends, because we need a break after our fight. Because I kid you not, it probably was a good 40 minutes of fighting with the sewing machine to try and figure out all the things that were going wrong. So anyway, this is why I art with my heart, because it still turns out amazing. It looks great. I'm happy with it, but man, it's worth it even for the struggle. Like, I think this is beautiful. If you don't think it's beautiful, it's at least a little fun. Brightens your day. I hope I made you laugh a little bit too. But anyway, art with your heart. Have a great day. Bye.